on Instagram, I surprised everyone with a pop quiz. I know I said the top 3 correct answers would get featured, but the top 4 really impressed me. Way to go, guys. I'll be posting more pop quizzes here on YouTube and Instagram, so study up for a chance to be featured in the next video. Now, I'll be the first to admit I am not the best at everything. The one thing I still feel I struggle with is cornrows. Every time I finish a set, I'm like, I could have definitely done better. So during quarantine, I used my extra free time to sharpen my skills and to see if I could get some creative juices flowing. We have a new face in tonight's class. Everyone, welcome our new model, Crystal. I know you're probably wondering, where the heck is Sheila? Well, she's working on another project for me and way overdue for a wash. So she's going to sit this one out, you guys. Crystal has a great texture of human hair. Her density is a little lower than Sheila's, but the 14 inches of length is just enough to get some good practice in. When she first came in, her hair was a little on the dry side and shedding a little bit, but I washed her hair and combed out most of the shedding strands. She kind of has this Tyra Banks smizing thing going on, which kind of makes her really model ready. So if you're interested in getting your own Crystal, I will definitely leave a link to that in the description box below. A lot of you said you ordered and received your practice head last video, so hit that pause button, grab some braiding hair, and let's get started. So when I practice, I typically will always practice without using any products. That means no shine and jam, no hairspray, no eco styler, none of that. The idea is if I can get close to the desired result without the assistance of products, then when I do use products, it will be even better. To help smooth out her hair, I'm just going to spray some water in the section I'm working with because I don't have to worry about her hair reverting. So my original intention was to do something colorful, but the style I had in mind was just not working out. You guys will not believe how much stuff I record, but will never make it to this channel. Anywho, I ended up with this 5-layered Dutch braid look, which leads me to tip number 2. I always use colored hair to practice. It helps me see the difference between the natural hair and the extension hair. For the technique, I'm starting with a classic Dutch braid with fed in pieces. However, instead of feeding in all of the hair, I'm leaving half of the feed in out in each rotation. Make sure you check out this video here for a more detailed look at this technique. Back in the day, we used to call this tree braiding. There are many things you can do with the left out hair, but I'm going to use it as the base for the next braid. Then do the same for the 3rd and 4th and the 5th. I could technically keep going until I ran out of space, but I stopped at 5. Each braid should look something like this when you're done. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but I noticed and it was driving me insane, which leads me to tip number 3. Try different brands of hair. Everyone will have their own individual preferences for hair. I notice a lot of people like the Rua hair over expressions, or some like the expressions over free twists, etc. Different types of hair will have different textures, finishes, and may not be the best suited for a particular style. As you can see, that pink hair was just straight hot garbage. I couldn't stand it. I did several different braids thinking it was me, but it was clearly the hair. Upon further examination, I noticed a lot of plastic pieces, so the hair was just too synthetic. I may use it for something else, but definitely not for this. The blue and the purple hair are Expressions brand hair. I was getting a much better finish and it was easier to work with. The pastel blue that I use at the end is Spectra Easy Braid. It was also much easier to work with. So after braid 5, here's what I'm left with. Not too bad without product. This is pretty cool because the color possibilities are really endless. For tip number 4, complete the whole head. Don't just do one braid and think you got it down. In this case, I have to complete the same look on the other side, but that would require me to feed in from the left, which is a big weakness of mine. So when I do a feed in, my hands are programmed to grip with my left hand and feed in with my right. But to achieve this look on the right side of the head, I will have to feed in from the left. So this is where my challenge kicked in, and it took me a bit longer to complete. My right hand doesn't grip as tight, so that was a huge challenge for me. I also used a natural color this time so I can work on uniformity and hair color matching. I used a number 2 to blend with her natural hair, but I could have mixed in some 4 as I moved up the rows for a better match. Here's what both sides look like. I'm really satisfied with the turnout and the shape of it. It kind of has an elegant feel, and I think this would be a great fit for a formal look with or without the color. I couldn't decide on how to complete the ends, but you could do whatever you like. You can braid up both sides, you can tuck it all into a bun, but I landed on a gathered fishtail pinned to the side. So that's a wrap, you guys. That's just a closer look at how I get my practice on. If you have any tips you would like to share, make sure you leave them in the comments below. Also, just curious, if you have a practice head, what did you name her? If you liked this video and found it helpful, make sure you like it and share it with a friend. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button on your way out. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye. This week's testimony comes from Destiny French. She started a braid business all the way up in Montana and has expanded her business with skills she learned right here on Braid School. Check her out on Instagram. She's definitely rocking it out, you guys. If you have a testimony, be sure to leave it below for a chance to be featured in an upcoming video. You never know what positive impact you may have on someone else's journey. Subscribe for more videos just like this one each and every week.